Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Trill 3L, it's $1 trillion, man. So just watched Math Hoffa versus Jimz King of the Dot, World Domination 7, Day 2 in Toronto, man. And just getting right into it. Before the battle start, when it was on stage, what I liked about the battle was what I liked about these two opponents is when they was flipping the coin, they was talking about the time, and it wasn't really an argument. Jimz was like, yeah, I thought I wanted to go. I told you when we talked before, I wanted to go 2:15 because I wrote for 2:15, for that grace period. And the Math was like, he didn't really remember it, but then it jogged his memory like, all right, yeah, I did say that. You know what I mean? So the way they was talking, you could tell like I like seeing like behind the scenes stuff like that before the battle starts, so you can kind of get an idea like these opponents really don't have much animosity. It's just all a front for the battle, you know what I'm saying, to make it more believable. But there's really no bad blood in between any of the opponents. Now, first round I gave the Math, man. When Math started off, he started off with a scheme. Obviously, he had name flips. Gyms, they always flip gym, like you working out in the gym. But his scheme was, he had a scheme where he used like all exercise scheme, like I push up on your block. I forgot exactly what he said. I'm just using this as an example. Like I push up on your block. I couldn't bench press. Like I thought that was dope. Let me turn this Wi-Fi off on this computer because I don't want the connection to be bad on this live stream. Maybe that'll help it out so y'all can see it. I don't want it to be choppy. But Math Hoffa had that gym scheme. And then he addressed Hollow a little bit in this round. Now, the thing about this first round, I feel like Math Hoffa ended the week. It could have been a stronger, solid round as far as like how he ended it, but everything else was pretty good. Now, Jim's first round. What I noticed about Jim's first round, he started off like very humorous. He started it off with his slogan, but what I noticed about him, it wasn't, his style wasn't too much like too many humorous lines. It was just like he had more of a humorous style with some regular punchlines in there. But what I noticed about him, and what I'm gonna say about him, what I'm going to say about bad news once I give y'all my bad news versus K. Sean recap, is that something about his bars, it just didn't quite connect, because I could recognize what he was saying was very dope and I liked what he was saying, but something about it just didn't connect to me in that first round with Jimz. His delivery was just a little bit off in that first round, so that's why I gave Math Hoffa that first round. I felt like if Jim's delivery could have been a little bit stronger in this first round, then Jimz would have got it clearly. Because, like, again, Math Hoffa ended the week in his first round. Now, in the second round, I gave to Jimz. Math Hoffa's second round, he started off with a scheme about Jim's "Stop Being Dirty" slogan. And then he was saying how he found out that why that's Jim's slogan, and he found out that Jimz works at a laundromat or whatever. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. But I felt like the whole round was pretty much about that. And sometimes, depending on who it is or depending on how it's done, staying on one angle throughout the whole battle or even just one round can get repetitive. But to me, it didn't. He kind of just mocked Jim's job throughout this whole round, and this round was just full of humor compared to his first round, his own first round. Math Hoffa's first round, it wasn't too much humor, it wasn't too many bars. It was just a solid first round of good bars. But going into the second round, Math Hoffa's second round was just full of humor, man. He had some moments where I was just laughing. But Jim started off his second round with a rebuttal. Well, he made you think he was about to rebuttal. Then he's like, I could rebuttal that, but I don't rebuttal, so why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? His round was full of humor too. It was a funny round. And then I felt like the last half of his round, what I liked about it and what edged him this round because I thought Math Hoffa was going to get the second round, because Math Hoffa went first. But what edged Jimz the second round is his second round was full of humor until like the second half of this round. Then Jimz started to get aggressive. He had punchlines, you know what I'm saying? And that's what made it different. Just showing a little versatility. Like sometimes in a battle or sometimes in a round in particular, you really don't need to show versatility if you could just master one thing and execute it well throughout that round. But I feel like showing the versatility in this round was much needed for Jimz to get this round. So second round, Jimz. First round, recapping that, is Math. Now going into the third round. The third round, I'm going to say, was the most debatable round. Third round, Math Hoffa rebuttal his first line. But the thing about this rebuttal, you could tell he was forcing it. He know that people knows he can freestyle and he can rebuttal, so he's going to try to force it. And when it hit, it's like, okay, you pulled it off. Like, it wasn't no crazy haymaker, but it's like, all right, you pulled it off, and it wasn't corny. You know what I'm saying? It was just a level above corny. You know what I'm saying? What else about his third round? Now, the third round, it was Math Hoffa's third round was filled with humor as well. He mocked Jim's voice, like how Jim's talk, and his style was makes it funny. I like when rappers do that. You playing a role, you playing a character that's not you. He had Math Hoffa had a pun reference. That he did a little short scheme or angle with. Rest in peace to Big Pun. But I thought that line was dope. If y'all watching the pay-per-view, then you heard the line, or if you don't have the pay-per-view, you have to wait to see it to hear that, because I forgot exactly what he said. But he addressed Hollow again. And the thing about this is, like, I really don't know him and Hollow's situation, but just hearing the story, like I'm feeling like you have to look at both perspectives. I feel like Mav really doesn't understand Hollow's perspective on why he's dealing with that situation the way he's dealing with it. But it wasn't too overbearing. It was I can deal with that. Now going into Jim's third round. Jim's pretty much his third round wasn't really any humor at all. It was just, and if it was, it's not enough to really mention. He was just more aggressive, and he kind of talked to him. He kind of addressed the situation of Math Hoffa getting punched. He's saying, I'm not glad you got punched. I'm not happy because of that. I'm just happy that you were humbled. And he basically had some schemes and some angles on that. So I thought that was dope. But I feel like, so just a quick recap. First round, Math Hoffa, I gave that to him. Second round, I gave to Jimz, and third round, I'm going to give to Jimz as well. But the third round is debatable. If I watch it again, I might give Math that round. I don't know. But I'm gonna have to watch that again. But just off the first reaction, again, these recaps are first reaction, man. You know what I'm saying? So your opinion can change, and that's what happens when a battle is debatable or a round is debatable. You said Math ain't that good anymore. Yeah. The thing about Math is I have like my ups and downs with Math. I feel like early on in his career, I wasn't really feeling Math. But as he got more into his career, not deep into his career, but as he started to develop, I was like, yo, Math is dope. Watching some of his battles, and then he got to a point again where I wasn't really feeling Math too much. I was like, yo, this he can't spit like that. He's not entertaining. And then more recently, I started feeling what he was saying again. Like when I say recently, I mean like the last few years. Around the time when he was kicked off Smash. Yeah. Like sometimes you said Math let karma ruin his material. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it's like, yeah, sometimes you could let a situation that you're dealing with, and you put that in your material, and you can let that, like, you don't execute it well. It's like you want to express yourself, but I'm not saying don't express yourself, but you you just going off of raw emotion, so you don't put it in your rounds. Well, the way you structure it, it's a way that you have to structure it. So it's like, he's expressing himself, and to relate the message better to your audience. He lost the love for it. I think Mav gotta let that go and get back to rapping. Yeah, man. Sometimes you just gotta let situations go, man. But man, it be like that sometimes, man. But where was I? Oh yeah, back to Mav. When around the time where he after he got punched and before Smack let him back on, he was at Apache Cafe, and he battled. I think he battled Chilla Jones, and he did the whole round where he was talking to Smack, saying, he's sorry for what happened, whatever. And that's around the time I started like, yo, like Math is nice. And then this 2-on-2 with Cortez, thought that was dope. But again, you said Diz shouldn't get praised for punching Math either. Yeah. I know. I think that's messed up. I don't think anybody should praise Diz for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, two wrongs don't make it right, man. That's just how it is. But I'm gonna wrap this up because I turned my Wi-Fi off, so I don't know if I'm missing the next battle, and I don't want to miss that. But Jimz got this 2-1. Third round was debatable. Math Hoffa got the first round. Jimz got the second round and the third round, man. If you're watching it live, let me know how you feel about it. If you wait until they drop the battle, Jimz is getting better and better. Yeah, Jimz is getting better every battle, like Loso. Loso's getting better every battle. Jimz is getting better every battle. I like watching battlers who are improving. You can tell they going back, watching their game tape, seeing what they did wrong, seeing what they doing right, and just tailoring their rounds and trying to improve. But again, Jimz 2-1. Let me know how you feel about it. Comment, rate, hit that subscribe button. Trill 3L is $1 trillion, y'all. Peace.